Gegen Camo und Isa hatten die keine Chance. Alter, das tut so weh, dass sie am Ende genommen wurden. Sick ist Osmo mit Secret Milan, aber wo ist Secret Camo? Secret Dingsens Mongrel. Was machen die? Die gehen in diese Zone? Okay, ja, Matt und so, ist doch klar, aber... Okay, das... Was war das für eine Rettung? Boah, sexy, aber trotzdem viel Schaden. Atlantis, Alter, die Atlantis-Mates sind auch krass. Ey, wenn die einmal richtig reinhauen, Alter, da geht's weg. Oh, der Shot. Oh! Der tut weh. But actually, Jorge, who was up on high ground towards the end, managed to nag that from him, but then Osmo taking on... Alter, dass man in Battle Royale jetzt den das Spiel beobachten kann, wie die spielen. Wieso sage ich doch, diese Atlantis-Mates, Sarah? Aber wenn... Ey, nein, Atlant... Oh! Was? Was hat er gemacht mit ihm? Nein, leider. Sonst hat er übelst krass rasiert gerade. Ey, das ist gut gewesen gerade. Das ist das Ende. Das ist das Ende von dem Gegner. Nein! Das tut echt weh. Sowas tut echt weh. Alter, wo sind die Ghost Plays? Junge, die Ghost Player müssen auch auf der Liste bald stehen, sonst wird's nicht mit uns. Aber 100%, warte, ich muss mal kurz nachgucken, ob einer aus Atlantis... Nee, steht leider nicht. Aber krass. And people are starting to, use that fishy tag at the end of their name to get the good luck. But, I mean, for Wolfies and Rojo were up here earlier. Dass da oben noch diese FPS-Anzeige ist. Skite and Vato, who are just barely, I think they got 9th place twice in a row in the duos week, so that's one of the French-speaking duos that have not yet made it. We saw the Solar guys go through before, and then some of these other guys as well, Andalex and Orc, we saw their win, and Dreda, who had the crazy performance in week 9, you guys watched it, just unbelievable, so it's shaping up. I mean, I'm already seeing Skite and Vato, I'm starting to get excited because they start to play better as time goes on, and we just have all but time right now. It's running down though. Yeah, for sure. I'm ready to get back into these games. Balla, if you are as well. Oh man, was spielt wieder Camo und so weiter. To Sundown and Shy, gentlemen, back over to you and keep the action rolling.
Thank you so much, Zeke and Balla. All good, Shy, no worries. But I'm so excited, like you said. We saw so many of those guys up on that top fort. Against 52 players in this lobby, 28 duos remaining, and again, the 4 final spots were coming down to it right now. That line, because the Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy duo have already qualified.
Bei Arena Solo und Bus sind ja immer noch diese Lebens Sorge, oder? Wenn du Arena Solo oder Duo spielst und jemanden eliminierst, hast du immer noch diesen Lebenssauger, ne?
Ja.
Ja, okay.
Dass der nicht getroffen hat. Alter.
A lot of people playing for pre-positioned advantage points and then milking those elims rather than getting them on the fly. The guys are being baited now. Can the beams come through? White HP on that opponent. His fly gets cut short. Jarkos going down now. Where's his dual partner? We don't know. His finish is going to be coming out now as these sweaty soccer skins, Alex and Speezy, are just going to be tearing up this low ground, making sure no one's allowed to be this tall for this EU ride on the northeast side of the map.
And you see them actually able to get into the mid-ground. Alec was the player from the Winter Royale who hadn't played competitive before, was just always in the arena duos and said, hey, I'm pretty good at Fortnite, and through the open structure has now been in all of these end games. But Speezy now going to opt to tarp away. We'll see the conversion happen onto Alec, and now has to make some tough decision in terms of loot. Is going to drop the heavy snipe in favor of taking the rift. Will he opt to fix
Warum läuft?
Fnatic boys, Motor and Vrox looking at their own loot at the bottom here. Have a rift to go as well. Shadows available to get caught up after grabbing the rift, but Motor misses out on those. Not sure if that'll affect them later on. Once again, there are a lot of geysers and a lot of ways to trickle down from height.
Ja, was?
On top of rotation, but that might be a big hit
Ich
to the
kann's
loadout
langsam.
overall play this game.
Yeah, I really hope Vrox grabbed those because honestly, Shadows are the most consistent in terms of the utility tool. Being able to rotate, you have either top down or down up. You're able to rotate and get high ground if necessary and just make really clutch plays in a pinch. As you see, a lot of other people rotating the good old-fashioned way. It's Fortnite, the battle is building, and everyone is tarping up the side of pressure plate and trying to do damage because that Storm Surge is still active. You can see Motor and Vrox about 9 points off that pace right now to be in the top 10, 12 points off qualification pace. What can they do to get themselves closer? There they are. There are the Shadows we saw earlier. Will he be able to grab them? It's not another misgrab coming out from Motor. And we talked about the clutch and the pressure being on. Now actually misses himself with one of the chug splashes too, but doesn't matter. Call him an action hero as he slides down the side of the volcano and finds the Elim.
Very smart loot balance from those duos as well. Vrox goes down, but he did have a slurp ticking while he let Motor play with those chug splashes. You know, it's easy to have a very efficient chug splash in duos, but on rotation, it's very hard to hit you and your partner. So very smart decisions there. Motor has to be smarter now in a 1v2 situation, using all his mats, around 800 left now.
Also schon krass.
Left and right, 26 people left alive, 18 duos.
Oh, die Zone,
Once again,
fancy.
7th zone, and a lot of pressure coming down on Motor. His shield getting knocked down, still has those chug splashes to use on the move, making sure that
oh mein
zone
Gott,
damage is
Glück.
not a problem. Shields, not a problem, as he gets all the way back up to
Shield,
100
not a
HP.
problem. Oh!
Once again, his early game
Er
was
ist down.
amazing. Get those
Ah,
guns
das
out,
tut weh.
but his life goes down as well to Bodike.
And he misses the top 15, so
Einer ist Knockout, das
space
sehe ich.
points there. Vato and Sky are going to be happy about that, as Vato is still in the lobby. You have
Ibo.
Ibo.
with the combat and the Flint.
Hi, Ibo.
Around in the baller, Proxima Star, who was in the top 3.
Ibo,
also
hi.
bringing it up there. And Proxima Star being the player
Ibo.
who's been around
Keiner interessiert sich für ihn, Alter.
the original Summer Skirmish. So good to see his name back up there as Flybelt picks up Rafesguard, and we're closing in on the top 10. Buhai trying to find a decent amount of space there in the middle, but somebody is way up
Ibo
on
bekommt
Ultimate
den
High. As
Win.
we're rotating around, Zeke gets blasted
Ja, auf
by
jeden Fall.
Flavo in the back. Will the Elim come through? No, he's able to find the zone, but not able to pop it up, as now all of a sudden Old Man Melt, and 1-2 players up top. This is when you wish you had Shadow Bombs. Matsu and Ibu.
Wow, von oben die Leute, Alter.
Gets that, but Proxima Star and his
Ma,
team
Ibu.
just
Nein,
gets a
Ibu.
rain-down shot
Ibu.
on the rest of the lobby. Ibu High
That
trying
can
to
heal.
find some space to exist, but he's gonna have to go
Ah,
back
ja,
over
baut
now
wie ich.
into the plant. It's only Ibu High in a 1v2.
Nein!
Oha.
Not gonna be enough. Fury Legend
Fury.
and Proxima Star going to close that one out. 6 elims and the victory round. That's how they were at 57 points.
Oh, Ibu ist auf
That's
dem
what
zweiten
got them
Platz.
up there, and hopefully they can keep on that pace to qualify.
They
Das war
ended that
ich.
game so fast. Still had 9 impulses and 2
Glückwunsch,
smoke grenades
ja.
left at the end, but they decided to just give the lobby
Du wurdest
a full
aufgenommen.
haircut as we move in. Once again, the same zone. Geysers going up once again. A lot of launch pads can be saved on this 5th zone rotation. A lot of mats can just be saved as well when you're up in the air, not taking too many shots and basing up for these big vantage points as well. Benji Fishy now, the inspiration for a lot of
Benji
dudes in the
Fishy.
new region, getting their name switched for that good, sweet luck in terms of qualifying. He's getting checked
Oh, no.
on his edit, getting a little
Fishy.
bit too close there, giving his fish hat a little bit of a haircut.
Fish
A lot
hat.
of heals being used on that as well. Could be a mistake that proves fatal at the end of the game.
And one thing I do like, though, is with how many more shields there have been in the games, is players are taking more risks. They're poking out more. They're looking for more trades. They're willing to go take fights because it's like, hey, If we don't get everything here, it's not the end of the game. As Rickolas finds a great double snipe onto him, that's what we talk about, always making sure you cover 2 layers. So what are they going to do? They're going to disengage down and over 1 layer and make sure they're boxed up. They are already very close to the safe zone, not quite in, so we'll need to rotate just slightly over, but have the guys that are there to do it. I mean, this lobby's stacked. You see Crew, Nairo, Milan, Osmo, Chapik, Snoda, like, jeez.
We get into these last 4 games, and the games only get bigger with better players over and over. Aqua in here with Nyrox as well. We're going to be tuning into their super dope position up top on this hill. Going to be cutting off a lot of people rotating from mid-ground. They're going to just have to rotate early, though. They're not in zone just yet, dropping just a few layers, but every layer you do drop, that's a box saved on mats. So moving diagonally this way is very smart, but also risky because you have a little bit less of protection from front. You just saw there Nyrox trying to get double sniped off of his position, but is dynamic in his box, saves that up. Utility now getting split from each duo, making sure each person has a nice exit plan in case that fire alarm sounds in their game and stuff hits the fan. Nyrox going to be looking out, up and around for any vantage points. 5th circle to 6th is that kind of stalemate time where you can look for picks. He gets a nice 33 damage shot on a duo moving down bottom. Aqua looking through his pyramid, looking for any information up on the map as well.
Yeah, and they're just trying to chill. They're just trying to hang out right now, doing everything they can to keep whatever amount of space and to get over on the far side of the zone right away. And that's one thing we talked about a number of times. When these moving zones come in and you have utility, you want to pop it, get far side, box up, and then turn and see the rest of the lobby. Here's a prime example of it. That's White Damage. They followed up right away with the stink grenades. You don't get away from that. He's going to continue pouring down the pressure, and that is Blood X of G11 going down on the side. Brilliantly done, but can they convert onto it? The Storm will move past it, so they want to go over and try and get whatever match as well as that Siphon on it.
Once again, EU is so good at just using their utility and following up with the shots. Nyrox now going
Nein, das Spiel ist vorbei.
Plays there playing off of his thing, saving.
Ja, du weißt aber, wie schnell die am Endgame verrecken.
Ja. Ach, Benji Fischi ist immer noch da.
Fatal in terms of getting that elimination point. Benji and Savage now in the same box, getting caught up in a big community rift. Chapik's one down, getting knocked all the way. Not sure in the rift beforehand. That Elam coming through though, that shield will go back up once that
So weh, wenn man sieht so, Alter, diese Worldcups, die Leute, die da sind und New York entspannen, Alter.
Right before on him, that was the 87 tick. The Storm ended up then ticking him over and then getting it. That was that extension where it's a minute after you've damaged someone. But we have our top 15, so 3 placement points going out to everyone. The Fishies getting those as well. So 5 points so far from this match. And also 2 shadow bombs with a lot of mats, so they're going to be able to play for late as Andretta gets picked up. So did get the top 3 points going there from top 15, but not anything more there. Majin provoked on the mid tarp. You see, I'm the beast, and Magis Kapos on the high him. Takeoffs just below. Zappy and Red Rush, another duo who have already qualified just below. Anonymous 27, not to be confused with Anonymous 72, just below Dementos here as he's tarping towards the side, trying to make it into the top 10.
A lot of mid-ground tarps coming out now. The zone will start moving in more awkward ways. A little bit of time for Dementos at the moment to see if he can put pressure down up top or down below. Putting vertical pressure upwards as a mid-ground tarper is very, very hard. His duo is down, but does have 6 eliminations. Pay over there. These guys have 8 in total. Looks like it's going to be 9 now, unless no, it was just a finish.
Die Secrets sind überall, Alter. Die gibt's jede Ecke. Die kann man nicht als nicht da sein lassen. Halt, bla. So ist schon.
Now Dementos trying to find some room. So far they have gotten 13 points from this match, but they need to pick up the pace there. We saw the top duo was on 60 plus, being up 44. Needs every
Also ich würde auch gerne mal so eine Runde feiern, die wenn ich die mal hätte. Hatte ich ja Anfangsseason noch. Hatte ich ihn am Anfang. Das war's. Sein Mate ist tot, Alter. Sein Mate ist tot und die Secrets sind ja nicht schlecht. Die Secrets sind wirklich gute Spieler. Also mich würde das eher wundern, wenn der verkacken würde, so richtig. Okay, er hat ihn. Hat er gut gemacht, der junge Mann. Einer ist Knock. Einer ist down. 2 sind down. Secret, TT, TTV.
who has
Das wird
played
so
in the
krass,
skirmishes
Alter, beim
before.
TTV.
He's trying to find
TTV
what
gegen
damage he
Dingsons.
can.
Secret, das wäre krass.
Adds there as now it's a
Was?
1v2. Dementos
Was?
in the bottom right. I'm the
Secret
beast in the
gegen...
top right with his partner. Magic's close.
das
And
wird
there for the
krass.
high ground. Dementos goes. Launchpad straight up. Max Blighthead comes in. Can he build it away?
Oh nein!
Pops him off.
Das war's dann
Dementos
mit dem
trying to get back
Sieg.
in the zone, but Magic pulls brilliantly done. So well
So
executed.
sad, weil er nicht in die Zone gekommen ist.
On the top, sitting up there currently with the 62 points.
So,
Well,
hätte es
so
schaffen
close
können,
match going
Alter.
right down to the wire. One more shot.
Die Welt ist nicht immer nett.
But it was not possible to not connect. The duo does hold it down. Once again, this pattern, very, very smart solo play there, making sure you can pick up all the eliminations before the game ends, even though it's a 1v2 spot right here. Now we got Nauka and MXR, who are both chilling in their big base. Looks like next to Stormline as well, one of the best positions you can be in. Very, very nice loadout there for them as well. They've got the long-range beam, the follow-up with the drum as well, and that crucial combat shotgun, which did get nerfed a little bit on this patch, but it's still the fire rate and that swap delay coming off allows you to make so many cool plays. They both are sitting on 0 eliminations at the moment, so they must make this
Time left. Oh, 33 Minuten müssen die noch.
And just one thing in terms of the combat shotgun change, I feel like it's kind
Next
of
zone.
mitigated just because of the removal of the shotgun timer.
Das ist
And it
echt
allows
lustig zu
you
sehen.
to kind of do, a lot of people call it the TPU Classic, where you're ramping out and you're able to effectively tarp and shoot at the same time with very minimal amount of exposure. And I think it sort of makes up for the slight change in the range in terms of the tiles and how much damage it does. So the combat still being very, very, very strong in the current meta, but you can see
Es ist einfach so ein anderes Gefühl, dieses Spiel einfach Worldcup zu gucken.
is some pressure from above and just goes for it. Gianni Jr. showing why he's not Gianni
Oh,
Sr. being
2
taken down
Kills,
there outside the top 20. No placement points for you and a lot
Rettet sogar sein
of
Mate.
time
Alter, das ist
wasted
ein
in the
Player.
lobby.
Just a dope reaction there to look up and then look straight up or straight ahead of himself. MXR just carrying that fight right there. Yuntos and Ryu now getting focused by the whole server. Very unfortunate when this happens. Stink's coming down as well, so that's going to be a very, very hard situation to get out of. Ryu now going down. Heiko getting his third elimination, putting him and Ono Kill together on the same or on 4 eliminations there, making sure their points get counted up. 35 points total at the moment. That placement point's going to be coming in 4 more duos coming down. 35 people left alive, so that zone
Der
will
Lex,
also
Alter.
be an option as well.
Yeah, and that was a high value stake.
töten,
That's one thing
ey.
you talk about, you know, it feels really unfortunate when you're getting focused by the whole server, but the reason you're getting focused by the whole server is because you're in an obvious 1x1 that was just rebuilt without priority on the next zone. If everyone is going to focus you, it's much easier to just pile in. You can hear the Rift go off left eye, trying to hit it, trying to do everything he can. Will end up finding it there. Storm Surge is active as we have 18 duos left and 34 players, so pretty much everyone has a buddy with them.
And then, yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a stacked team-based endgame at the moment. A lot of 4-gun loadouts also coming in together right now. Dan Zizzle going down on Shadow Nades. A lot of multiple high ground targets.
Ich bin eben
A
kurz
lot of
weg.
them, go down. Cazorla is going to be up top. 1 Shadow Nade left on Heiko at the moment. Andre going down from Cazorla's high ground pick. He gets finished off. Heiko gets that big reward off of it, the mats, the utility campfires as well for the end game. Pickaxes coming full swing, making sure every wall is theirs before they set on the next
Treaty
move.
now.
Not quite in
Let's
zone
go.
yet, but that tunnel will be very, very
der braucht
proficient. We were
Leg.
talking about those combat changes as well before. That also changes the range of engagement as now we have more ARs, the style of the game and how it actually flows.
Viel
More
zu
people are
bauen haben
basing
die
up the
auch.
shoot
Also wenn
rather
das
than
jetzt
shooting
Klokol
on the
nutzen,
fly.
sind
If
die
they're not
ja
gonna be able to
sehr weit
box fight,
vorne, sag
changes
ich
the way
mal.
people move around the map as well.
And it kind of has given a little bit of a resurgence, what we've seen so far to the drum gun. It allows the drum gun to have a little bit more of that mid-range feel to it, to where it is going to out-prioritize the combat shotgun, whereas before the drum gun very much so got forced out in terms of effectiveness as we hit our top 15, so 3 points going over from everyone, because why run a drum gun when you can have an FSA rifle and then the combat? But now there really is kind of a space that's between, like, it's closer to like 4 to 9 tiles where the drum gun just shreds. And even now
nice.
you can see, boom, tac AR.
Nice,
Right
nice.
there for Johnny Boy and Kazrola. Brilliantly done. Once those will end up take over, they do have the top 15 as well, as Dan Sizzle gets forced out of the lobby. Proxima Star also gets down.
Vier.
Everyone gets pulled up into the sky. We're closing out.
Krass.
Boom, top 10 next placement threshold.
6 chunk splashes still left. We haven't seen them use to their full potential just yet in these end game storm T-Loft scenarios. Proxima Star not going down. The high ground Star of the last few games that we saw. A lot of wood builds means that these spam weapons are going to pack a wallop as Johnny Boy gets another knockoff.
Gemacht, Ibuchai. Ach nö, er hat Ibuchai getötet. Nein.
Sneaky, moving around in brick, metal, and wood. A lot of these big mats now finally coming out, making sure that spam gets stopped down, but more pressure vertically being put down as layer switches come down from their opponents as well. Johnny Boy getting that pickup, maybe not the elimination there, as Onokill also gets another one on top.
Yeah, and it was a really good try from Janus there. He disengaged, dropping back down, but unfortunately was spotted. But Team Queso lighting up top left as Zohan was able to find out 3 elims, make it a 4th. As the Spaniards are just fragging their way almost into the top 5, but now Cazorla doing everything he can on the side of the zone. Johnny Boy is still up as well. Great 130 shot in the immediate replace. Kind of upset he didn't try and follow it up right away, but he does. That was Fury Legend. Proxima Stars duo is going to get taken out and outside of the top 5, so that's 2 points is leaving down there. 1 Chug Splash is tossed out there as we're closing in. 9 players left, 6 duos remaining, Shy.
Yayas has all the pressure on him now to get that last placement spot. He is low on HP, but it is kind of free for that. Once again, it goes through 4 duos left now. MXR still alive. His dual partner as well is going to be a big fight on the low ground, and 1 person confirming things from the high ground. Low ground, though, we do have almost 11 Chug Splashes available as these boxes get bursted into. Onokill going down to MXR. Another quick flick. Yayas going down. He tried to come off. He ran out of mats, but nothing worked out for him there. A 4-gun sniper still being available. Priority reload on it as well. 3 duos left. Looks like Nauka is down at the moment. MXR moving up on the highest priority ground right now. There might be someone higher than him actually at the moment. Heiko and Johnny bottom as well.
Heiko.
We'll see what they do. MXR is going to be controlling this fight at the moment. Heiko, these Chug Splashes coming down from Johnny Boy and Cazorla. They have so many to use amongst themselves.
This is Zone.
Late on the storm, Heiko going down. Johnny Boy and Cazorla are going to be fighting it out against each other as well. MXR is going to be pressured from the top. Johnny Boy goes down. Cazorla now has to avenge his dual partner and see what can be done here. Both people taking storm kicks. MXR coming down.
Och man. Johnny Boy hat High Ibo getötet. Und ich habe ihm noch zugeguckt, wie er Ibo High getötet hat.
It was all about the Chug Splashes. You called it early, but he went, he hung out on the low ground, even though he got the siphon. EMXR was not able to close out the match just because he held zone, had the Chug Splashes, and had everything he needed. And that's something, again, a new mechanic. You can throw it, you can use it on your teammate, but because it's instantaneous HP, it changes what has now kind of been something that's been really solid in the meta for a long time. When you get to endgame, you know, hey, like, if a person has a campfire plus bandages, I can do this. Or if I take 1 tick, I can get a med kit out. Or, hey, if I get a siphon under 50 HP, like, I'm guaranteed to close this match out. But it's just not enough. And now we're going to throw it back into the studio to Zeke.
Thank you guys so much, man. European action just never disappoints. Again, describing the Chug Splash recent edition. I think there's still more to this we haven't seen. I think players are still kind of developing strategies with it, and I want to see how they continue to improve upon using that splash. Now, of course, guys, before we go to break, let's take a look at the standings together. Let's get a sense of where things are because we're moving into this final block of games. Right now, as it stands,
die Ghosts sind immer noch nicht oben. Und die Secrets plus Atlantis Boys sind immer noch nicht da. Anscheinend sind die besten gerade die Livestreamer.
Yep.
You got to think they want revenge, right? They want it.
Yeah, in week 6 it was Hunter
Vielleicht kommen die noch.
and Airwalks and Nikov, and then in week 8 it was, of course, Hunter and Kinstar again.
Yep.
But I mean, 2 duos weeks in a row they got 9th place. Finally, Skite had some success in week 9 in the solos, so it seems that that success is carrying through here. They have 3 games remaining, 65 points. And this is just awesome there. Of course, we look down the list as well. Y and TJ, they've been through, you know, the entire 10 weeks. We've been following slightly. They're almost pushing up there. And of course, Y had some pop-off performances beforehand the World Cup even started. And then we watch Magisk and I'm the Beast. Their performance there, we haven't seen too much of a movement here yet in that score, right? 62 points is where we left them off in that game, and they're still obviously probably playing. We'll see if that updates, if they move back into that first place. And then moving down the list, basically, so we have Wolfies and Rojo, they keep moving down and slowly going down. So there is 4 spots up for grabs, and something that's...
Schade. Die Atlantis Boys können echt gut was machen noch. Ich muss mal kurz nachgucken, wer auf YouTube gerade live zuschaut. Ach, kann ich nicht. Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Ich kann nicht.
Points. A straight up victorial is going to get you that 10-point threshold. If one elimination along the way, from 10th, you're jumping into contest number 1. So we'll have to see how things unfold. But for now, Fortnite fam, we are going to go to a short break. Get up, stretch legs. Come right back, though, because we have more Fortnite action after this.
Geil. Wie geil.
Ah, Softies.
Jetzt kommen sie in der Lobby gespawnt, natürlich.
Fortnite fam, we're here for week 9 of the Fortnite Worldcup Online Open qualifiers. And just like this Cuddle team leader, we are very excited to be here. The final week of solo competition. Hopefully these players can take a bite out of the competition and really keep it top notch. Codename Elf. Guys, are you ready for week 9, the finals day? Man, that's a whole bag of cookies.
He's the yes man.
I'm so happy I don't have to be near Zeke for much longer.
We got some qualification. We got a dancing banana too. I want to see Zeke wear that at some point during the World Cup.
Fortnite fam, you guys know I love it when you use that hashtag Fortnite World Cup. We actually have a social producer that helps sift through all the tweets and all the incredible things you guys sent us, and his name is Nick Brown.
All right, guys, my name is Nick Brown, and for the
Ich weiß noch, wo du den einen YouTuber gekillt hast.
as a social producer. So basically, every
Ich weiß
time
noch, wo du den einen
any
YouTuber
casters
gekillt
say
hast.
use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup, I'm the one who plays defense to make sure that none of those cheeky tweets with bad words end up on the big screen.
All right, Courage. Let's go to the kitchen. Let's get ourselves some food.
What we got? Some garlic bread. Is that chicken parmesan? Oh my God! It's chicken parm! Yes! You okay? Do I need to put this one back? Bro, they put garlic bread in front of me. You think I'm not gonna get 3 pieces? Come on!
What's up, Fortnite fam? It's Squints here, and recently we've been trying to level up the observing, so we challenge our observers to get cool dynamic shots and keeping them smooth and technically awesome. And let's share some of our favorite shots with you guys.
I can't imagine the weight that these competitors must feel on their shoulders.
Whoa, okay.
Wow.
Seems like
Sad.
competition back there.
All right, observers, let's get it.
And then tried to challenge those fights, and that just freaked me out.
What? Speaking about something freaky.
There is Nick just above Chap's foot. Apparently that's someone's name in Fortnite. You don't know about that, Jack? No. I mean, you really need to step up your competitive Fortnite knowledge. It's okay though. It's Chap's foot. Like physically, he plays. I hate you.
What's up? It's Monster D-Face. What's up? Yo, Monster. You know you're my favorite?
Yeah, absolutely.
If I told you you were my favorite, would you believe me?
Probably not. We all know Sundown's his favorite, guys. That's a lie, dude. Right there.
What? Dude, it messes me up.
You know, a lot of people ask me what the best part about replay is. It's got to be working next to GFX Becca.
People ask me all the time what the best part about being a graphics operator is.
Someone here specifically that keeps the ball rolling no matter what happens. And his name is Jordan.
What's up, Fortnite fam? My name's Jordan, and I am the production manager on the Fortnite World Cup Online Open. My job includes making sure the production happens smoothly, handling staffing, catering, any technical issues that may arise, making sure everyone else is doing their job.
He's really good at stuff.
We're on a break, and Jeff is going for the high score.
Ja, guck mal.
Was?
Hast du es gesehen?
Nein.
Diese Billy Bones, ne?
Ja.
Der Moderator hat's gerade gemacht. Oder wer war das? Ich glaube, der Moderator hat den gerade getanzt.
Und da beginnt die nächste. Oh, Junge. Erstmal rettet die Welt natürlich.
Welcome back, Fortnite fam, to week 10 of the Fortnite World Cup Online Open qualifiers. My name is Pookie Face. We've gotten into a little bit of the European action. We're playing duos today. I know I'm excited to see how everyone fares. We only have a few more spots left in New York at the end of July. So without further ado, I want to get into more games, but in order to do that, I need some casters. I got Zeke, I got Bala, boys, take it away.
Thanks so much, Pookie. We are here. Can't stress this enough. This is the final week. This is it, week 10, final opportunity, the final chance for players to earn a spot in the World Cup Finals in New York City. It cannot be more stressful than this.
No, it can't. There's only 4 spots up for grabs in the EU, and we're already seeing the story shape up. Skyt and Vato might be making that last-second clutch into New York City. But let's get into action because we have to figure out who is going to be left standing when the dust is all settled. So let's get into games.
Here we go. The first game of the block. So don't forget, those queue times, very, very close to being all wrapped up. Then we're going to have a little bit of extra time to just make sure everyone gets all their games through and completed. Don't forget it's 3-hour window or 10 matches, whichever comes first. Hopping on here with Kiklos, ZQ and his partner, Swats. 4 elimination between them. 41 players remain in the current lobby with 22 duos still left. Look at this circle right now.
Yeah. It's going over that entire ravine there, the bridge in the middle. So kind of a little bit of a treacherous path, but I can already see just based on the stances of some of these players are taking, they're ready to hop over with the launch pads or shadow bombs or whatever they might be using, and to get in that half in, half out, which is positioned right on that big hill with the, you know, the tree of life, as I call it.
Yeah, that's one that I've taken. I just used to call it big tree, then I was like, no, tree of life makes sense. But if you're watching the bottom right, you see all the triangles. They're already converging on the new shape. So Nyrock's gonna get ripped out of the air immediately. That is another elimination.
Das ist cool, was auf jeden Fall da versucht zu machen. Wie viele Leute sind das so, Alter? Alle 39 kommen.
Kiklos is in the baller, so he can kind of navigate as he needs to.
Yeah, but separation is, you know, what actually caused that elimination to go down.
Und wie findest du die?
Oh, the ball.
Was?
Oh no,
well,
that is so sad
Ja,
to
ich dir
see.
gerade geschickt.
Just like he took out Aqua, he actually blew up his launch pad right before he managed to get on it. So Aqua going a little bit too fast, but here he's going a little bit too fast
Crispy
for his baller. And
that's klar.
from your teammate, just like you said, Zeke.
Oder Crunchy. Ich überlege mir gleich noch ein. Ja, irgendwelche. Es ist einfach beides bedeutet knusprig.
Wie wär's mal einen anderen Namen anstatt Cookie?
Ich weiß aber nicht welchen.
Es ist immer Cookie bei dir.
Ich weiß, Cookie ist irgendwie mein Markenzeichen, genau. Willst du mir helfen bei einer Namenssuche?
They're going to be looking. They're waiting. Like someone's going to do something cheeky here. I just feel it. 44-88.
Oh, Headshot. Der hat gesessen. Wenn er der... Oh! Er hat Komi genommen. Oh ja, Mann. Das war sexy. Was ist da für eine Spitzhacke, Alter?
Ja, von diesem Fisch.
Ah ja, die, ja.
One of those teams that a lot of people were looking forward to, you know, qualify for New York, but not yet having those performances in this lobby. We'll see what they're able to do. Obviously,
das wird echt lustig.
Way Hack's core, sorry, way on their way towards that top of the leaderboard. The RPG coming in.
So I believe, if I remember correctly, I think Crippa was actually picked up, and I think Boyer's by himself. Once we can take a look at the high and wide shots here and establish things, we'll get a better sense. But right now, Rotations need to begin happening. Shadow bombs are being popped, and look at this. They try and reposition here with Ref's Guard. That's good. Team is back together, and the chug splashes. Thank you, teammate. And it comes out. Didn't catch it. The player drops down to 76 over on. There
Ja,
you go.
haben die Ehre genommen.
Has been eliminated, going back to the lobby.
And that is exactly how you want to place the traps. When you drop somebody into the box, make sure you place it on that front wall or the roof, and then you can rotate the stairs accordingly. But they have no chance of escaping from the left or the right when you place it in that fashion. Great reaction there from Hackscore and Ref's Guard, and we're going to stay on them.
Der Mate hat sich getrennt von seinem besten Mate. Und jetzt sind sie wieder beieinander, wa? Oh, ey, wie hat er getroffen?
Ja, das frage ich mich auch gerade. Durch die Treppe.
Just continues. Benji Fishy is also in the lobby as well to pick up Mav Joe. Right now, I mean, if you're Ref's Guard and you're Hackscore, you're probably thinking like, I'm watching the elimination feed. I know this Titans are here. What are we looking to do, right? You've already got the first round of placement points. You're about to the next round. Do you think they
könnt ihr die jetzt komplett destroyen?
Oh,
und er kassiert. Oh mein Gott.
Oh God. I was gonna say that's what they're doing right now, but that's definitely gonna put them on the back foot. The flint knock is actually
das war's mit dem Fight.
Used all the chug splashes, so that's not gonna be useful to get back in.
Das tut sowas von weh.
Still up. They did take out Benji,
Wenn man so verkackt wie er ist.
Kind of caused them a little bit of chaos and panic. Still alive, still rocking down on this low ground. This is where they've been staying the entire time. So impactful down here, Zeke.
Look at the lobby now. 6 players remain, all of which are.
Oh mein Gott, siehst du wieder einer heiß.
He's gonna find one over on Josa there and find an immediate elimination. Top 5. Another round of placements for everyone in the lobby.
Fixie.
Fixie.
Ja, Fixie.
He's gonna find one. Can he find another? Not just yet. He does have.
Wirst du gleich sehen. Doch. Impact Fixie.
Impact.
Ja.
Der Impact-Clan ist dabei, der COD-Clan. Ja, morgen Grüße gehen raus an den Impact.
Da siehst du.
Was macht er? Was macht er hier? Was macht Fixie hier? Junge, Fixie, du hast doch keine Chance. Was macht Marcel? Warum ist Marcel nicht dabei? Wo hast du Marcel gelassen? Kennst du Master Scorpion?
Ja.
Er ist auch im Impact Clan. Alter, die haben komplett die Scheiße. Oh, wo sind die Ghostmates? Wo sind die Ghostmates? Ich will die Ghosts hier spielen sehen. Das ist Netflix. Aim. Ey, Kubix kenne ich.
Near Happy Hamlet right now. Storm Circle 5. Don't forget if you need a Fortnite.
Ja, schon mal von. Na, von ihm nicht.
So, Kubix kenne ich. Und Raceco auch.
Looting the drops, all of them jumping right into all of the action we had. I think we should probably refresh people on the format just in case.
Mit dem Hit durch Wand, das kann man mal machen. Oh, er knockout den.
Brownie.
Look at this. Cubs is just finding elims.
Perfect. That's exactly what you need to do. When you're on the edge of the zones, you have options to get in. He has those shadow bombs if he wants to use them, but you obviously don't want to use all your mobility early. You only have 2 of those, so he forces out the launch pad from the team nearby. If that did not work, he still has the option to go ahead and use those shadow bombs, so doesn't have to worry about that rotation.
Die Mails machen auf jeden Fall Grammar.